Part 20. We had evidence and no doubt. I had seen birth and death. So no doubt is Doubting Thomas, and there's also, I've mentioned Thomas Church. Could no doubt also relate to him, Thomas Eliot, and the tank engine. Within the Baedeker book, it mentions Felsberg. There is no doubt that an old Roman quarry once existed here, which perhaps also provided the stone for Heidelberg well. Well, that was what gave me the idea for the previous, that a well also could link to the spring and coming forth. Oh, I should like to come first. And it went on to tell me that a lightning bolt destroyed the upper part of Heidelberg Castle in 1537. That was also mentioned in some writings by Mark Twain. And then this bit, Heidelberg was first mentioned in 1196 as Heidelberg. So that could relate to the birch tree. In 1155, Conrad of Hohenstaufen was made the Count Palatine by his half-brother Frederick Barbarossa, and the region became known as the Electoral Palatinate. The claim that Conrad's main residence was on the Schlossberg castle hill known as the Jettenball cannot be substantiated. The name Jettenball comes from the soothsayer Jetta, who was said to have lived there. She is also associated with Wolfsbrunnen, Wolfspring, and the Heidenloch, Heathen's Well, where I would like to hang out. I'm not sure if Jetta and Jutta of Eltz and Lancelot fame are the same person, but had thought they were different. This birth was. So I'm not sure, but the Baedeker mentions the Rhine Valley. Different years support different kinds of vine. So like different offspring, pardon the pun, depending on the elements, depending on the weather. And also the Sisters of Charity have different branches in many parts of Germany and also now internationally. Hard and bitter agony for us, like death, our death. So there's that link between heart and hard again. Heart in English is also another word for a deer, which relates to paganism. Bitter is a beer in English, but also please in German. With the reference to agony, I thought of agony in the garden. Luke 22:44. Being in agony, he prayed more earnestly, and his sweat became like great drops of blood falling to the ground. So is that agony the same as a little death? His sweat is being made a king, because I think that relates to kingship in Egyptian. Also in hieroglyphics, her is agony or panic, and then hurry or hairy, to become distant or fly off, as in Voldemort, I guess. Agony is also pain, as in like a window pane, which is another euphemism for a womb. And then in the Baedeker book, just bitter medicine, mentioned in the Stadel Art Institute in Frankfurt. We return to our places, these kingdoms. So in hieroglyphic, hiss can mean return or turn your back on, can also relate to place. Also cloud or fog, so that may be those repeated references in other poems. So you've got the idea of turning back, which is repentance, but also looking back of regrets. I'm sure there's more to that.